guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today, guys, I got another movie review, and today's for Pet Sematary 2019. And, yeah, so this is a re-adaptation of Stephen King's book, Pet Sematary, same name and all. First part's going to be non-spoilers, second part's going to be spoilers, but this is pretty much a, some people were considering a reboot, but it's more of a re-adaptation of the book, because, I mean, there was the original Pet Sematary, which came out in 1989, so that was 30 years ago at this point, but, yeah, people, you know, that movie's kind of have its own, like, cult following kind of in recent years, which I really like that movie. I did a review for that, link in the description and a little iCard, but, the original Pet Sematary, I think I still do like it a little bit more than this one, but don't get me wrong, this one's pretty good, but like I said, this first part's going to be non-spoilers, second part's going to be spoilers, so let me get into what I like about the movie. So first of all, this movie, it has some pretty creepy imagery in it, and, you know, some creepy atmosphere, and it's got some very good suspense in the movie. I like all the characters in the movie, pretty much, and you know, near the end, there's, like, some very creepy acting. I'll get into more of that in the spoiler part of it, but, I love the guy that, played, Judd in this movie. I actually think, I remember my dad told me that he's actually the guy that played, Lewis in the original Pet Sematary. I don't know if that's true or not, but, it's played by John Lithgow, I think his name, and I love, the new Lewis, played by Jason Clarke. I thought he did a really good job in the role. Rachel's, you know, iffy, but the daughter is a really good actor, I think, and, you know, you got Gage, which, you know, he serves his purpose for what he's, there for, but you also got the cat, which is at church, which I like the cat a lot better in this one. He looks so much more cuter, but, I mean, there's just some really creepy imagery, and there's actually some pretty effective jump scares. Sometimes a lot of jump scares don't get me, but there's at least a couple times in this movie where I jumped from a couple jump scares, and there's at least one that's a very well-earned jump scare, but, I mean, you got, like, it's just that this movie, a lot of the stuff doesn't happen until the very end, but whenever that does start happening, it's great, but, I mean, if this movie is a average horror movie, so don't expect anything like It level, but if you're just looking for a fun horror movie to go see, definitely go see it, because, I mean, especially if you haven't seen the original one, definitely go watch this one. You'll probably enjoy it a lot more. The ending is kind of, it's kind of good, but also kind of bad. You'll understand once you see the movie, but, yeah, I'll give Pet Sematary a solid 6.5 out of 10, so it's a little above average, but it's nothing too special, but, now we're going to go and get into spoilers, so, get into more specifics and, plot details and stuff. So, some of the major changes in the remake or readaptation is that instead of, the son, Gage, dying, it's, the daughter, which is an interesting change since, you know, she's a little bit older. I mean, she's a really good actor, whoever played the daughter. I don't know her name, sorry about that, but she's really good in the role, especially whenever, you know, she's brought back by, the Micmac burial ground. She's just, like, creep factor to 100. Just the way that she talks and stuff, and, it's just that she kind of, like, puts stuff together. She's like, so, mommy doesn't know about me, and it's just, you can kind of see why she kind of turns bad, and then, I don't know, there's something's off about her whenever she comes back. You're like, oh, look, his daughter's back now, and then, like, just kind of gets more creepier and creepier, especially whenever he's brushing her hair, and, like, the staples get caught on something, because she doesn't even know that she died until, like, she puts it together, and she's like, well, you brought me back then, huh? But she's really good in the movie, and, I also really like Judd, which one thing I did like they changed from the original. In the original one, Judd just kind of falls asleep. In this one, Lewis actually, like, drugs him, which does make a whole lot more sense in this movie. But also, like, the way that the daughter dies is different, or at least the way that you know, one of their kids dies is different. She goes out on the road to see Church, their cat that died, but they brought it back. And Gage also goes out on the road, so Lewis runs out on the road to catch, or get Gage, but the truck, still hits his daughter, which, that's a very sad scene. Somehow they made it even more sadder than the original movie, which, that was pretty sad in the original movie. So I don't know how they, like, made it, like, more emotionally tearing, but, you know, you got the funeral, which ain't like the original one where, you know, like, knock the casket over. That was, probably one of the more effective moments in the original one, but that doesn't happen here, but it's still pretty interesting. Like, the way that the, father-in-law looks at Lewis, you can tell that he's, kind of mad at him, but, and then you got, Victor Pascal. Speaking of Victor Pascal, like, there's some really good gore effects in this movie with, Victor and, like, Judd later whenever he gets, like, you know, he gets killed by the daughter. But there's just some really good stuff in the movie. And one of my favorite Easter eggs is whenever she's on the interstate, you see a sign that says "Dairy 20 miles," which that's a little reference to it. That's probably my favorite thing out of the entire movie, to be honest. But you know, this movie, Zelda's also really good. She's very creepy, and they do change it a little bit from the or I haven't read the book, but I'm just talking about from the original movie. The original movie, she chokes and dies. This one, she falls down a dumbwaiter and dies. Like, and that's probably where the most effective jump scare comes from. Is just her falling down the dumbwaiter. That's just really effective, and Zelda's very creepy. What's even creepier is the Rachel, she has a dream where she's actually Zelda now with her back that's all twisted and stuff, and that's just a scary thought right there. She's just in her shoes now, but I mean that was just probably one of the creepiest moments out of the entire movie, and just like the whole atmosphere is very creepy. I'll also say, and this one actually does mention the Wendigo by name, which from what I heard is like in the original book they actually do see like the Wendigo. But in the original movie, it's not really mentioned. It's just kind of implied. But this one, they're like, yeah, the Wendigo the Indians believed in. That's why they left the ground. And, you know, you hear, like, some creepy howls of, I'm guessing, the Wendigo, which that's pretty nice to see. But, I mean, the whole reason I like this movie is because the atmosphere. The atmosphere is great. And then, you know, after the daughter goes on a little killing spree, she kills the mother, and then she kills the father. Yeah, she kills the dad. And she buries them two in the Micmac burial grounds, and they come back, and the ending shots Gage in the car, which they put in the car earlier to like save him. Is the three family members that came back from the burial grounds coming up the Gage and in the cat too. And it pretty much ends from there, because earlier there I was like, Daddy, I want to make our family whole again. And after that, it implies that they killed Gage and, you know, bury him there so their family's complete again. But, and also one thing that's also interesting, it was also kind of implied that Judd inadvertently or maybe intentionally killed his wife, Nora, I think her name was. Either, you know, he straight out murdered her, which I don't think so, but it also implies that, you know, inadvertently he also kills her, kind of like he did with you know, Lewis's daughter. So that's kind of interesting. But this movie's just a really good, like I said, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, which I mean, I think I still do like the original one better, but I think I'm going to have to rewatch it to be sure, because I don't really know what I think about the movie until I rewatch it, but I think I still like the original one better. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of the movie down below. And did you like it better or not as good as the original one? Kind of like me. And what would you rate it out of 10 or however you want to rate it? But anyway, guys, check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. And also the original review for Pet Sematary, the original movie, down in the description. But like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos. I'll see you guys later. Bye!